Welcome to Beyond the Brackets. In this video, we are going to understand residue at a pole. Before that, let's understand the concepts of zeros and poles of an analytic function. A point A is called a zero of an analytic function f of z if f of A is equal to 0. Consider the function f of z is equal to z cube. The zero of f of z is obtained by solving z cube is equal to 0. Therefore, z is equal to 0 is a zero of order 3. For the function f of z is equal to z minus 1 whole cube, 0 is obtained by solving z minus 1 whole cube is equal to 0. Therefore, z is equal to 1 is a zero of order 3. For f of z is equal to z minus 2 whole square into z plus 1, z is equal to 2 is a 0 of order 2 and z is equal to minus 1 is a simple 0 or 0 of order 1. For the function f of z is equal to 1 by 1 minus z, the function approaches 0 as z approaches infinity. Hence z is equal to infinity is a simple 0. For the function f of z is equal to sin z, the zeros of f of z are obtained by putting sin z is equal to 0. Therefore, z is equal to 0 plus or minus pi plus or minus 2 pi are zeros of the function. Each of these is a simple 0. For the function f of z is equal to e power tan z, there are no zeros because the exponential function is never equal to 0 for any finite value of z. Let's understand the poles of an analytic function. A point A is said to be a pole of order n of the function f of z if limit as z tends to a, z minus a power n f of z is a non-zero finite value. For example, the poles of f of z are obtained by equating the denominator to 0. Since z minus 1 occurs once, so z is equal to 1 is a simple pole or pole of order 1. Z plus 2 whole square occurs twice, so z is equal to minus 2 is a pole of order 2. Consider the function f of z is equal to z by cos z. The poles are obtained by equating the denominator to 0. We know that cosine is 0 for odd multiples of pi by 2. Therefore, z is equal to 2n plus 1 into pi by 2 are all the simple poles of f of z. Consider the function f of z is equal to cot z, which can be written as cos z by sin z. The poles of the function are obtained by putting the denominator equal to 0. We know that sine is 0 for integral multiples of pi. Therefore, z is equal to n pi are all simple poles of f of z. Next in the list is residue at a pole. The residue of f of z at the pole A is given by this expression where C is the closed curve enclosing the pole A. This formula is used to find the residue at a simple pole, and this formula is used to find the residue at a pole of order m. Here comes the first question. The poles of f of z are obtained by equating the denominator to 0. Z square is equal to 0 implies z is equal to 0 is a pole of order 2. Z minus 2 is equal to 0 implies z is equal to 2 is a pole of order 1 or simple pole. To find the residue at z is equal to 0, we observe that z is equal to 0 is a pole of order 2. So m is equal to 2 and a is equal to 0. In the formula for a pole of order m, substitute m is equal to 2 and a is equal to 0. Here 2 minus 1 is 1 factorial, that will be 1. Z square in the numerator and in the denominator cancel out and we are left with limit as z tends to 0 d by dz of z plus 1 by z minus 2. Differentiating this with respect to z, since the numerator and the denominator both have z, we apply u by v rule. So the denominator z minus 2 will be written as it is, differentiation of numerator will be 1, minus numerator z plus 1 will be written as it is, differentiation of denominator will be 1, divided by denominator whole square. This simplifies to minus 3 by z minus 2 whole square. Take limit as z tends to 0, we get minus 3 by 4. To find residue at z is equal to 2, we observe that z is equal to 2 is a simple pole or pole of order 1. So m is equal to 1 and a is equal to 2. Substituting these values in the formula for a simple pole, z minus 2 in the numerator and in the denominator cancel out and we are left with limit as z tends to 2 z plus 1 by z square. Taking limit as z tends to 2, the answer will be 3 by 4. Let's look into the last question. Poles of f of z are obtained by equating the denominator to 0. We have z plus 1 whole square in the denominator. So z is equal to minus 1 is a pole of order 2. We have z square plus 4 in the denominator. So z is equal to plus or minus 2i will be pole of order 1 or simple poles. To find residue at z is equal to minus 1, we observe that z is equal to minus 1 is a pole of order 2. So we have m is equal to 2 and a is equal to minus 1. Substituting these values in the formula for pole of order m, here 2 minus 1 is 1 factorial, that will be 1. Z plus 1 whole square in the numerator and in the denominator cancel out, and we are left with limit as z tends to 1 d by dz of z square plus 2z by z square plus 4. Differentiating this with respect to z, since numerator and denominator both have z, so we apply u by v rule. The denominator z square plus 4 will be written as it is. Differentiation of numerator will be 2z plus 2 minus the numerator z square plus 2z will be written as it is. Differentiation of denominator will be 2z divided by denominator whole square. Applying limit as z tends to minus 1 and simplifying this, we get minus 2 by 25. To find residue at z is equal to 2i, we observe that z is equal to 2i is a simple pole. So m is equal to 1 and a is equal to 2i. Substituting these values in the formula for a simple pole, z minus 2i in the numerator and in the denominator cancel out. We are left with limit as z tends to 2i, z square plus 2z divided by z plus 1 whole square into z plus 2i. Applying limit as z tends to 2i and simplifying this, in the numerator we get I square is equal to minus 1, so it will be minus 4 plus 4i divided by, in the denominator expanding using the formula a plus b whole square, we get 2i square plus 1 plus 4i into 4i, which simplifies to minus 1 plus I divided by minus 3i minus 4. To simplify this further, we have to rationalize it by multiplying and dividing by 3i minus 4. In the numerator, 1 into 3i minus 4 will be 3i minus 4, minus I into 3i minus 4 will be minus 3i square plus 4i. Denominator is of the form a plus b into a minus b, so it will be a square minus b square, that is 9i square minus 16, which simplifies to 1 minus 7i by 25. To find the residue at z is equal to minus 2i, we observe that z is equal to minus 2i is a simple pole, so m will be equal to 1 and a will be equal to minus 2i. Using the formula for residue at a simple pole, substituting these values in the formula for simple pole, we observe that z plus 2i in the numerator and in the denominator cancel out, and we are left with limit as z tends to 2i, z square plus 2z divided by z plus 1 whole square into z minus 2i. Applying limit as z tends to minus 2i and simplifying this, in the numerator we have minus 2 square, that will be 4, and I square will be minus 1, so it will be minus 4i divided by minus 2i plus 1 whole square is of the form a minus b whole square. Expanding this according to the formula, we get 4i square plus 1 minus 4i. Minus 2i will be minus 4i. This further simplifies to 1 plus I by 4 minus 3i. To simplify this further, we have to rationalize by multiplying and dividing by 4 plus 3i. In the numerator, 1 into 4 plus 3i will be 4 plus 3i, plus I into 4 plus 3i will be 4i plus 3i square. Denominator is of the form a plus b into a minus b, so the formula will be a square minus b square. We get 16 minus 9i square, which will be 1 plus 7i by 25.